Good morning. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Rachel. Welcome to the Lipstick Geek. Just look for the lipstick icon and subscribe if you like. And if you're liking it, just give me a big thumbs up. And go ahead and start scrolling through that content while you're at it. So if you're looking for something, and I so appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I thought today I'd go ahead and give you a video. I've been extremely lazy and I do apologize. I've either been, extremely tired or extremely lazy, one of the two. And I thought, okay, this is the weekend to do it. There's nothing to do but the laundry. So, yeah, kind of a chilly, rainy day. We're supposed to get, tons and tons of rain between today and tomorrow from that big, huge hurricane system down south. It's kind of inching up the coast from that Hurricane Ophelia, I think it is. I don't know. But I'm way up here in the northern corridor on the eastern coast. So if you're up here with me, like in New York, New Jersey, Maryland, any place like that, I'm up here in Pennsylvania. So anybody up here in the northern part of the United States, or if you're, up here surrounding, give me a shout out. I'm here. So, give me a shout out and let's talk about some makeup. So, like always, on Saturday mornings, normally I sleep in to my fullest advantage. I usually go to bed not too terribly early on Friday nights. If I'm exhausted enough, I will go to bed between like 8:30 and 9. Last night went to bed between 9:30 and 10. So that kind of, puts me waking up at about like 7:30ish, something like that. Second cup of coffee. And this is instant. It's the Starbucks, I think it's the blonde. I think it is. It's a good blend. It's nice and smooth. It's not too hard on the stomach, which is good, because a couple months ago I had my gallbladder taken out, and I've only been like sick like a couple of times since then, with my system getting itself back to normal. It's really, really hard on your system when you have your gallbladder taken out. So if you can commiserate with me, let me know. I mean, if you've had that kind of thing done. So yes, let's talk about some makeup. Usually in the morning, like any old morning through the week, and like for work or anything, and there's going to be some changes. My husband's going to be getting a job and probably starting here within the next like probably 4 weeks, and I get to, guess what, quit my job. Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait. I can't wait. 7 years, too long. I'm tired of being pulled around and stressed out to the max. It's finally come to that, that I'm just getting sick and tired of it. So it's like, hey, he's getting this job, I get to quit. So as soon as he gives me some kind of, quote, date and the go ahead, I'm going to put in my notice. And man, I am excited. So excited. So, but like I said, any old morning, and especially through the week, I am in here with usually well-rested face, with some kind of moisturizer on it. I usually just splash water on my face and something for it. In between my hyaluronic type stuff and between serums and stuff like that, I usually use, I have a regular Nivea that I keep in the bathroom, and also this It's a body cream, but you know, if you can use it for your body, if it's good enough for your body, it's good enough for your face. I use it for my face and my hands. It's the Nivea Irresistibly Smooth, and it is the Deep Moisture Serum for dry skin. It has shea butter in it. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I need to put some on my hands anyway. So I have something nice and velvety to put on my hands at night, and something to put on my face in the morning. Couple times out of the week, I'll be putting something with hyaluronic on my face. So I do keep skin care regimen, like at least like twice a week. The Precision Beauty Hyaluronic Acid Mask, like 2, maybe 3 times a week. I leave this on a little bit longer than usual, and it makes it a lot easier to take the mask off. And I really, really like this. Eventually I'm gonna have to go back for more if I can find it. My daughter gave me this one. It is the Deep Hydration Facial Serum. This, my daughter gave to me because she didn't like the smell. It smells like rose water. And it's a deep hydration facial serum. It's rose oil, collagen, and hyaluronic acid. With stuff like this, you have to be very, very careful that you do not over apply. It will make your face peel. Any kind of hyaluronic, you got to really, really make sure that you do not over apply anything like that. Another thing that I use is this, and it's so hard to see this because of the lettering. It's gold on blue, and it's very, very tiny. It's so hard. It's Skin Ceremony, and it's a replenishing hyaluronic and collagen. Collagen is kind of important in your life, especially as you're aging. So you need a little bit of that in your life. In the mornings, I use a dark circle eye cream. This is from Keo. Some of these things I actually find at Marshall's. Really, really good stuff, actually. This has no smell to it. Usually I have a thing on smells. Anything that smells like vanilla, forget it, don't like it. If it has like a natural or an earthy smell, I'm okay with. Really like it. And this thing, really like it. This is the Advanced Clinicals. Collagen and Rose Water. It's Plump and Glow Facial Mist. It just kind of, you know, gives some life to lackluster skin. It's for dry skin. It has watermelon and peptide complex. It's very, very nice. Those are really good earthy things to go into a facial mist, which I can do at any time of the day. I do it like in the middle of the day, do it in the morning, do it at night, over top of my skincare. It's nice. It's a nice thing to add to my regimen. And I am the most regimented person like ever. I usually try, especially through the work week, I try to be in the shower between 5:30 and 6 o'clock so I can try to have that cool down time and then be in bed between 7:30 and 8. $8:30 at the very latest. Really like that coffee. I have pumpkin spice creamer in there. It's really good. Absolutely beautiful. Love that taste. I chose some things today to put on my face. This hair is kind of getting on my nerves, as you can tell. And I had gotten my hair cut all but recently, and this is all. It's not a perm. It is the way it was cut. So all I need to do is like kind of like wash and go. kind of got this stuff, the Miracle Curls from Aussie. And all I do is wash my hair, let it dry, and put that stuff in it. Oh my goodness, it's great. I love my curls. Love the wave. And for the longest time, it would take me like forever. It would take me like a half an hour in the evening, you know, just to put curls in my hair with a curling iron. When I was a teenager, it would be like, sometimes my mom would let me use the hot curlers that everybody would use a lot. And then I tried a perm. Probably the worst thing I have ever done with my hair. It took me, I was a senior. It took me like a year and a half, almost two, to grow that horrible perm out of my hair. It was just beyond ridiculous. That was like the worst thing I have ever done to my hair. I've had a lot of things done to my hair, but okay. Onto prepped skin. I put on the Dream Radiant Liquid foundation from Maybelline. And this is presently in Classic Ivory number 20. Has the hyaluronic acid and collagen. Good for your skin as it is aging. And if I am not using this, a lot of times I'm using other things like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I use the one in porcelain. That's the one in the Dewy, or the Instant Age Rewind, which is good for as you're aging. That stuff has goji berry in it and kind of gives you, you know, a little bit of a lift to your skin, kind of gives you a little life. I don't know what it is about this stuff that I absolutely love. It's very hydrating as well. So when it goes onto your skin, it feels like a full drink of water, kind of. It's nice. And normally I do not put powder over my entire face, but this time I put on, it is a, good grief, a setting powder in Luminous. It is in Honey. It is the YC collection. Now normally I do not put powder all over my face, but I wanted a little bit of a golden glow, so I tapped a little bit into the cap and just slightly just tapped it into my skin using like a and just pushed down a little bit of it like onto my neck, because there's probably still some there. Don't forget your neck. It's kind of important, just because I wanted a little bit of a glowy look to my face, so I didn't look completely pale. Nobody wants to look pale unless you like that look. Some people are okay with, you know, the idea of being, you know, pale. On the under eyes, I used a little bit of the Essentially Ageless. This is the hydrating serum concealer. This does have hyaluronic and this, although does not have the qualine in it, just the hyaluronic. I know some concealers have the hyaluronic and the qualine in it, but you know, this is just straight hyaluronic. And when this under eye area, as you get older, gets a little kind of like funky looking, you know, use a hyaluronic. It's much better. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, going nuts with the concealer and then your under eye area looking like, you know, you've drug yourself out of the ground, kind of, you know, all cakey looking from, you know, like being at the mortician's table. So yeah, you don't need to look like that. That's terrible. But you know, this I find at the Dollar Tree, or the $1.25 tree now, because it's not, nothing is really $1 anymore in there. It's crazy. Everything has gone up in price except for my paycheck, of course. But let's see here. My brows are kind of like, at this point, tedious. I have a really, really hard time getting them to look even. So a lot of times what I do is, okay, yes, I'm still using the kit, the Wet n Wild number 498 in dark brown. I'm using that medium brown in the middle there. That dark brown is kind of like, not sure I want to touch it because there's not much there. Number 1 and number 2, I don't want it to break and go all over the place. Craziness. I normally just dip a little bit and just go into my brows. I try this thing with an elongated like craft stick and just flat against, you know, the bridge right here. You know, find where the tail is. And technically I should be coming right down in here just a little bit. Just a little bit. I can never get them totally asymmetrically even. It's so hard for some reason. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I'm just gonna, you know, like, bring it down just a little bit. Flip the edge right there so I can kind of get it. I think it's because my brows have never been like waxed or bleeded or anything like that. I have not tweezed them in like forever, and I probably should. So just fix it there for a second. And then usually I just go over it with a little bit of a brow gel. Okay, just, you know, use the spoolie just to fluff it up a little bit. It's in here somewhere, I think. Yeah, it's way in the bottom. It's one of those little ones from, they're like kind of like samples. This one is from Benefit. I like these things. This one is in brunette. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better. Okay, like right down in here. I just thought this turned out so nice, and I just wanted to share it with you. I started getting into like brow gels. Someone had given me a Tattoo Studio brow gel from Maybelline. I ran out of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to afford that if I try to buy it. So another friend of mine decided to give me a huge makeup haul, and those little ones were in there, and I'm like, yay, I don't have to buy one. So at least that is fixed. Love this little thing. I got that from the Dollar General, I believe. On the eyes, I pulled out my Ace Beauty Grandiose palette and then went straight in to this one right down here in Poppy. I did this one yesterday for work. I made the mistake of, you know, transitioning with that orange, and it turned out pink. I was not totally pleased with it. So what I did instead was I transitioned with a brown instead. So yes, this looks more conducive for a deeper berry toned eye makeup. I used one of these. This is a the Balm, if anybody has heard of them. the What's the Tea? This is a hot tea eyeshadow, and it's a very cool toned brown. It smells like chamomile. Still smells like the chamomile. I mean, I've had this for a while, and you can still smell the chamomile extract. It's like, oh my gosh, love the smell of chamomile. So if you like chamomile tea, you're gonna like the smell of these. Really, really nice. I sound so raspy this morning. I keep the AC on. I don't have it on right now though, because the it's comfortable enough in here that I don't need to. But I went and blended Poppy into the brown, and it kind of, you know, produced this really beautiful, almost like a black cherry on the eyes. When I am looking into the mirror, that's what I see. When I look into the viewfinder, and it's like that's what it still kind of looks like. I don't know what it is. It looked so different yesterday. It looked so pink. Because when you take that orange and then take that burgundy, I'm telling you, looky there, it looks pink. It looks pink. That horrendous looking hot pink that everybody used to wear like back in like the 80s. And I'm like, no, this was not what I wanted. But you know, I had to do a makeup and get it done so I could go to work. I mean, it's officially fall, I believe, and I love fall makeup. So most of the makeup that I own is kind of like warm tones and deep tones and stuff like that. So it's gonna work out for me because that's a good bit of what I own. I love deep dark makeup. I tried really hard with this, you know, to make it look right. Use a couple of brushes to kind of get that effect, because I would use this one to start the crease with both the brown and the burgundy, and kind of, you know, just keep going back and forth with the window wiping method, and then just to get it started, and then using this one, you know, to keep it clean, you know, just to keep softening it each time. Just each time, you know, just to keep it nice and soft. You do not want, you know, to take those edges and make them look too artificial. You know, you want to keep the blend nice and soft. Keep it cohesive looking. Just back and forth. Product, tap it off, blend it a little more with something that has nothing on it. It works. Took another brush that kind of has more of those rounded bristles, and go into the crease a little bit more, and then just push them down onto the lid. You can take what's in your crease and bring it down each time. Works just as well. When I finish the eyes, I usually crimp my lashes. Use a little bit of a waterproof liquid eyeliner. This is from Wet n Wild and is number 509 in Ultra Black. These are the little felt tips. It just makes nice little, I'm not going to trace over them again because I like how it looks. These felt tips are great. I would love to go get some more of them. Doing nothing but black, especially with a look like this, is absolutely amazing. Looks super duper good. I went in heavy-handed, kind of heavy-handed. At least I tried to go heavy-handed with the falsies in black from Maybelline. I had to get it going again. It gets like dry and sticky. A little bit like something that has like saline in it. Like over the counter eye drops or some kind of saline in it. Just to get those lashes, you know, really, really, really high and full. I have thick lashes, but they're very tiny. I do not have naturally long lashes at all. Now, if you look at my daughter and my husband, they are lucky enough genetically to have long, lush lashes. I mean, you should see my husband. Oh my gosh, he's beautiful. He's got copper skin. He's part Native American Indian on both sides of his family, but he also has Irish and German. He has these long lashes, these smoky blue eyes. He's got that copper skin. Oh my gosh, he's beautiful. For a man, he's absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. If you pay him a compliment like that, he'll love you forever. Contouring your face can be very tricky if you don't know what you're doing. For the longest time, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea this word contour. I had to kind of play with it for the longest time. For the longest time, I would just use like a matte bronzer. But now I use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Dual Ended Concealer Stick. Contour stick, sorry. And this one is in 751A, light to medium. The contour is more of a kind of like a light, cool toned beige. And the other end is the highlight. Looks more like a alabaster, kind of, because it's almost pure white. You just go in the places where you think you need to structure your cheekbones. I need to do a proper contour video. On my old channel, I had a scientific video because I watch a lot of forensics. And when you try to use your computer, and I'm sure there's probably software out there that you can do it. You can superimpose a picture onto your face. You can see the skeletal outline of like the orbital around your eyes, the supraorbital of your skeletal feature up through here, and your brow ridge could sit higher or lower. Your cheekbones are either higher or lower. Your lips could be a little higher or lower and a little bit more fuller, or a little more on the thin side compared to the mouth structure. And I wish I could still have that, and I just don't, because that channel got hacked, and it just really upset me when that happened. But I use the stick And then, you know, where I can see the shadowing, I use a matte bronzer. This is the Healthy Wear from Physicians Formula in Light. Looks deceivingly a little medium, but yet it works, you know, just through the areas where you have done your technical contouring. I use from e.l.f. an angled brush just to go through those areas. I find that when I go to do my nose, it's a little easier to use a smaller brush. I use this one, you know, because that area is just a little harder to do with a brush like this. So what I do is just come through here and just, you know, take those bristles and push upwards towards the bridge of your nose, because I tend to like to thin out my nose. Otherwise, you're gonna make it look flatter and more broad. Bringing it up this way and into, somehow it's, I have learned that some estheticians and cosmetology people will take the contour straight up and into the eye area just a little bit, you know, just to make the contour look professionally done. And each side you're going to do that and make sure that you're pushing straight up against the grain of the bridge of your nose. That way you are thinning out as you go. Okay, blush and highlight. Applying a blush and highlight is not hard. A lot of people think, oh great, blush and highlight, here we go again. Everybody does it differently, because some people, their application for things is just totally different. I chose a berry toned blush and a gold highlight. These are both Revlon products, the Skin Lights in Daybreak Glimmer number 201 and number 33 in Very Berry. And these two together are just absolutely amazing. Normally drier products I like, but when the colder winter air starts popping in, you know, I start to want, you know, to make them into like more cream type products. So I do this. I use this and a little bit of petroleum jelly. This is a generic for the Vaseline with cocoa butter, and I keep a lot of stuff with cocoa butter in it for the very reason it's very healing. I take just a little bit of blush on the back of that, and then just blend it in with that. And I would start it with this. Using your pinky finger, because this is the one digit on your finger has the less, has the smallest by far area. So right up in here, because my face is a little bit rounder, I keep the color right up in here. Nothing wrong with round faces, but you know, it's like if you're gonna apply a blush to a round face, you're gonna keep it right up in the back. just going to give my hands just a nice rosy tint, which is okay. Or should I say a berry tint. I'm going to go ahead and take your brush and just try to keep it as far up into the back as possible. This is the only place you need blush. Don't put it any other place, please. If you're an adult and you apply makeup, you know what I'm talking about. Taking a fan brush, since my husband found my fan brush, go into these skin lights. This one's a gold shade. Hit the top. This is your highlight zone. Hits the bone, the highlight bone here, the top of the cheekbone, and it also creates an illusion of carrying light from here up into the eye area. So if you're tired looking, works to your advantage. Little on the Cupid's bow. Remember, you are balancing light. And a little bit in here and down on the chin. Please stay away from the tip of your nose, unless of course you like that idea. To me, that just looks like theater makeup, like you're emulating that clown type makeup. But you know, that's not me. Just hit the tops of your cheekbones, balance that light, it'll look right. For lipstick, this is one of my favorites, and I have a couple of these that are close in shade. This is number 116 in Plum Wine. These are the Age Perfect in L'Oreal, and it's what I have on my lips. And you're pretty much done. So thank you so much for your time, and I do appreciate it. I love y'all so much, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.